Welcome to DrupalEasy Show and Tell, where I attempt to use or do something in Drupal that I've never used or done before. Now, demoing things like this is something I've been doing for years during DrupalEasy office hours. DrupalEasy Show and Tell is a little bit different. I've got some expert help. Each episode, I'll have a guest that just so happens to be a subject matter expert for whatever it is that I'll be playing with. Now, before we begin, I want to make sure you know about our live online classes. We have regularly occurring sessions of our 2-week professional single directory components class, as well as our 15-week professional module development class and our 12-week Drupal Career Online beginner focused course. For specific dates and pricing, you know what to do. Head on over to DrupalEasy.com.
All right, so we're in DrupalEasy office hours with a bunch of alumni, including Brian Anderson, whose screen we're looking at. And Brian, correct me if I say anything incorrect here. You're running Ubuntu,
Yes, that's
um,
correct.
the latest, if not the latest, one of the latest versions of DDEV, um, Visual Studio Code. Um, and you and I, and other students and alumni have been unable to figure out why we can't get Xdebug working. So we brought in someone who I've got 94% confidence is going to be able to figure it out. Randy
I
Fay, who's one of the maintainers of the DDEV project. So I'm going to stay out of the way and let Randy kind of direct you in the troubleshooting of this. So
I
take it
uh,
away, Randy.
I failed in front of a whole group the other day. I never fail at with Xdebug, and I was doing a class here in Germany, and I say, "Oh yeah, here this is easy. DDEV Xdebug on da, 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 da." It wouldn't work at all until I rebooted the computer. It would not work, and
Oh
all the
no.
normal stuff that I have 100% confidence in all failed. How about that?
Oh boy. Well, right off the bat, you're going to see Brian is connected to the DDEV container in VS Code, just the
The
way you
the
like it.
first thing that I want to do
Yeah.
is to not do what you're doing. So, and this is so I had what I want you to do is to try the simplest thing first, which is the documented approach to using VS Code. And not because I'm not familiar with using it Mike's way, and I don't know that it can be done in Ubuntu. I don't know any of these things. And so when you're trying to solve any problem, the place to start is to start with the easy stuff. Like
Mhm.
the way that is a known path on the environment that you're
Yep.
in. So that's what I would ask you to do. And the known path, the easy path with VS Code is to open the project on the host without using the containers thing.
The remote,
And
yeah, the remote, yeah. So,
yeah,
Okay.
and close up all of the other things and
yeah,
just
actually,
open
just
it.
yeah, close the
Yeah.
VS Code window that you have right now. Just
Yeah,
close
close
it.
that completely.
There
Okay.
you go. Now I'd like do a Command N in VS Code to start open a new VS Code. Just
And your project is in your home directory in the dev Drupal 11 test directory. Is that correct?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yep. And okay, so yeah, so we're gonna just do the simplest thing here.
I need to home. No, that's not it.
hmm.
Let's try this again. Where is it? There it is. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is what you could click open up in the top right, and this is what we want, right?
Yes.
So yeah, trust all the authors.
Okay.
So now let's go to what I would do now is I would enable the nice the very nice extension for this, but that's not compatible with Mike's way of doing things. So we'll just do the exact stuff that's in the docs at docs.ddev.com.
He's
So let's
got the
go
extension
there.
right there. Just, I mean, it's there. Just if you want to use it.
Oh, it is
Yep.
the
No, he's
DDEV
talking about the
manager.
DDEV
Okay,
extension. I can see it. So it's
okay,
the
well
fingerprint looking thing.
that actually usually solves all the problems, and that's the little
Oh.
check mark means it's enabled, right?
Yeah, no,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it's there on the
Okay.
left-hand side. It's, it's there
Yeah.
on the toolbar there.
But I hope it wasn't enabled when we were in there the other way. So yeah, so that's good. So now the next step that we would do is here you have to install. It looks like you don't have. Oh, click on the. It's the little run debug thing, right? That's that
Yep.
one. And let's see what we've got there. And listen for Xdebug. So click the little arrow there, or click that thing. And when the green, oh, look at that, it's red.
I think that's okay though. Go to your file system, Brian.
Shouldn't it be?
Go to
Shouldn't it
your
be
file
green?
system and then, yep, open up .VS Code
Okay.
and
Yeah.
open up the launch file. So we might have to change the path. Well, no, this is the one that gets written
I think it
by the
is. Yeah,
extension.
I think it is. I just, what is the complaint down there? Doesn't it say there's a problem? No, it says normal.
Uh,
Yeah, no,
yeah, it
red
says
is
normal.
okay. I
Okay,
mean, it's
maybe
weird
the
on different people's VS Code. I see a different color bar on the
maybe
bottom.
that's yeah, maybe that's the problem that I have. So we see here, and this is the one that the extension made, I believe.
Yeah.
We see that it's listening on 0.0.0.0, which is what we want. We want it listening on all interfaces. And uh, yeah, so it's put in that pre-launch task and everything that is pretty
Yep.
fancy. And it's using port 9003, which is what we want. So this is a good thing. So now in your terminal, let's do a DDEV xdebug on.
Well, but theoretically, you shouldn't have to do that because of the pre-launch task, right?
That could be true.
Yeah.
Um, and what I usually do now is, I mean, you've been having no end of trouble with this, so I don't know what would happen next. But when I'm doing it myself, I do a DDEV exec curl localhost. Oh, is it running? Do a DDEV list. It is running. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to do that. But do a DDEV list anyway, or DDEV describe. And what I usually do right at this point is a DDEV exec curl localhost. It's just the quickest way to exercise.
Yeah.
And we don't see anything happening. And then I say, why not? And do a DDEV logs. And there's the message that says that it wasn't able to access the debugging client. And so um, let's see if we get that same thing when you use a web browser to access this project. You can just do a DDEV launch. And so there it is, and it didn't stop there either. And if we do a DDEV logs now, we'll see another complaint about that.
Well, but he didn't put a breakpoint in anywhere.
Oh yeah, well we need no, but it's not able to connect either.
Oh, okay.
But do put a breakpoint. That's exactly correct. But it's not connecting, so just
Let's do
find
it in
your
your
index
do it in
dot
your index.php.
yeah in the web directory
Okay.
Like
and just put
that.
it on the first line 11 or 12 or
Well, the
14 or
use statement, I don't think use statements will get hit. I think 14 or 16.
yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So now just do that same thing again. Use the Just reload the web browser or any other technique that you want. And I think if you do a DDEV logs again, it'll say it couldn't connect. Um, so it
Oh,
keeps
yeah.
trying, keeps trying, keeps trying, and it's not able to. So just do a DDEV dash dash version for me, just for grins.
Double dash, double dash.
And that's fine. It's not today's, but it had nothing about this has changed lately. So now the next thing we want to do is say, well, why can't it connect? It's just having a lot of trouble. We do have a brand new feature that does a little bit of debugging here, but we'll go through my normal debugging spiel first. So let's do a DDEV SSH. And here, what we want to do is see if we can connect to the known place manually. So we'll do a telnet space host.docker.internal space 9003. So all we're doing is using a simple TCP connection to what we believe is the correct thing. And lo and behold, we can't connect to it. So it's what we have is a networking problem, and we don't know why that is, or we don't know what the problem is. So just the way you get out of Telnet is a control and a right square bracket. Yeah, you're out of there. Good. Yeah, Control C worked for you. That's good too. So do an exit or a Control D, and what we need to know is let's just see most people on Ubuntu who have a firewall use UFW. So let's do a sudo space UFW space status.
UFW, UFW.
Are you using Parallels?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so the first thing we find is that we have a UFW running. We have a firewall running. So one of the first things we do here is we disable it. So let's disable it. And let's go in and see if we can connect to it now. So do a DDEV SSH and do that telnet. And you can just roll up. That's it. And that's the problem, and it's solved. So you had a firewall
Oh,
blocking that. So
Okay.
you can cancel that now, and then you can see if it works now. And you can exit or not exit. But if you hit I claim that now if you reload that page, it will do the right thing.
so Randy, I have a question, but I'm gonna let.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we have succeeded yet, but we're getting closer. So, so did we reload the page?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and it didn't stop for us. We can do a DDEV logs and see what it says now. Maybe we've got a second level problem. You can do type exit there on the telnet prompt.
Unless we
Yeah.
could try that, but it wasn't working.
Yeah, now you're in somewhere in hell. Use control and right square bracket and then
Okay.
exit and or control D or Q, maybe it's Q. There we go. And so now we can't do DDEV logs here, but we can when we get out.
Yeah, so exit here, yeah.
So now we have no, that might be the old one. Just for grins, do a DDEV restart and let's do this thing again and reload the page and see what happens. DDEV restart, and then DDEV X debug on, and then let's just see. We'll get clean logs then, and we should we shouldn't have the problem anymore with it failing to connect. It might have other
Mhm.
problems.
So
Do you
Randy,
remember
let me ask a
your,
question.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm on my local, just a vanilla Drupal 11 site. I've done DDEV Xdebug on, and then I do a DDEV SSH. And when I do telnet host Docker internal 9003, I'm unable to connect as well.
but your PHP storm isn't listening. You're not listening. You don't have the
Oh,
listener.
okay. Oh, that's okay.
So okay, so now our logs are clean, and we turned on Xdebug, and our VS Code is still listening. So
Right.
theoretically, now theoretically we might learn something if you refresh the page, or if you DDEV exec curl localhost. So we didn't learn anything yet. So let's see what it says in the logs. And now we don't see anything there. Um, so just type DDEV xdebug status and DDEV PHP dash dash version. So we see xdebug there, enabled and on. And go back and show me the VS Code. I don't see a breakpoint.
Yeah, I had one there. Thought I did. There.
I thought you did too.
Okay. So refresh didn't do anything.
No, we didn't get it there. But we don't see any more errors anymore. Can you do me a favor and do a brew upgrade? I'm sorry, a brew upgrade DDEV. This will take us a minute, but we can get some more debugging information with. Whoa! Oh, sorry, we're on Ubuntu. So you're running Parallels on a Mac
Yes.
and using Ubuntu in Parallels on a Mac, and give us the backstory on that.
Well, I'm using Mac, and I want to keep my Drupal coursework separate from everything else, and I like using virtual Linux virtual machines.
Okay. Well, I love Parallels too. I use it all the time, but you this is another case where you add complexity by adding layers of things, but I use it all the time, and it is lovely. Just everything works out great. Everything is I've never had any trouble with this. I don't know why you had UFW enabled and probably unconfigured, but sorry, you want to do an sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. Or if you don't want to do everything, you can just do a sudo apt install DDEV. I mean, you
Okay.
have to do you still have to do the update,
Okay.
and then
Randy,
you
what?
can go ahead,
No,
apt
no, you
install DDEV.
yeah.
You can do apt install DDEV if you only want DDEV to upgrade.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have it installed you don't have it installed okay. So we may have to do some, so let's do a which DDEV. And so you have installed it not in the normal way. So yeah, just to get us to a known starting point, can we install DDEV in the normal way with apt? And that way you'll be able to upgrade it, unless you want it this way. So
No, I usually use apps, so that's fine.
okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is delete that one that you have.
Okay.
because it can only confuse you. So just sudo rm use your local bin DDEV. None of these things are going to help us in reality because something is wrong that we don't understand. And it's not about the DDEV version, but the basics of getting to a known, completely understood place is usually to do the simplest things first. And so installing
Hmm.
the current stable version of DDEV with the current way of installing it is the way. So you'll go to the DDEV docs um, and uh, and do the install process there.
So
So
I do
doc,
that instead of the apt install.
well, you have to install the repository first. So go to docs.ddev.com and over on the left side is DDEV installation. How did you install Docker? I guess I should ask.
Uh, I think I went to the Docker page, followed the instructions. I don't remember if I did it with the apt
Okay.
or something else.
Okay. All right.
I saw the Docker repo in your list of refresh.
Okay.
Okay. Good. That's probably good. Okay. So you can actually um, copy and paste this. Well, let me just pick. Yeah, this installs all of the DDEV things, and it should do you fine. You see at the end there, it has an apt-get upgrade and an apt-get install DDEV. So you should be able to copy and paste.
Okay. Will that work?
Try it. Can't do any harm.
Looks
All
like
right.
stuff is definitely happening.
Yeah, when I was on Ubuntu Studio, I had Docker and Ansible as repos to get the latest, and then I had installed DDEV through Brew, and that's what seemed to
Uh-huh.
work for me. So,
Yeah, it does work. It's just that if we do when we're having trouble, especially if we just do the most straight line things every time we can, it's a good thing. So now DDEV dash dash version should give us v1.24.10. And now DDEV restart is going to complain and make it reload all the stuff, So say yes or no here if you want to, and you can just hit return if you want. And this wants to it wants to power off, which is totally reasonable. So just hit return, and hopefully your Wi-Fi is fast.
It's I mean, the other commands have gone pretty snappily, so
Yeah, this is where it has to pull down the new images for the upgrade, but we'll see how we do. So, and this really, I'm not saying that there was anything wrong with the 1.24.7 that you had or anything different. I'm
Hmm.
not saying any of those things. I'm just trying to get to a place where I understand why we have what we have and
Hmm.
knowing what it is. So now you're running VS Code um, in in parallels, right?
Yes, it's running in the Ubuntu virtual machine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You've got great Wi-Fi.
yeah, it's moving pretty
Astonishingly great
fast.
Wi-Fi.
yeah, mine takes about half an hour.
And so, yeah, actually now that we're, yeah, just while we're here, let's do an apt upgrade. So sudo apt um, upgrade, and we'll just upgrade everything. And you'll get a new Docker here. And when this is done, we should be able to see your project working just fine without any trouble, and we'll see how that is. It could be, like we could be finding a something where host.docker.internal has changed how it's no, but we're able to connect to it now. So it should
Yeah.
be we should be totally fine now. Actually, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go one more step towards simplicity. Um, we're gonna create a stupid dummy project that only has a simple index.php in it, and we're gonna
Okay.
try to debug that. Um, a one-liner is what we're gonna do. And so first step is here we're gonna use the normal Ubuntu reboot technique. So up in the upper right, choose the reboot and we'll just, um, yep. That's a nice thing to do after a big app upgrade anyway. And when that comes back, we're just going to make another project in, maybe we'll just make it in your home directory and we'll just call it junk and we'll put an index.php in it.
Okay.
And
And the one line could just be PHP info.
that's exactly the one line.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put a breakpoint on that. Um, and we're going to make sure that it works. And then we're going to work with that trivial project. We'll do a DDEV config in that project, DDEV config dash dash auto. You know, I was asking you why you use parallels, but my experience with using Linux on a Mac forever has been marvelous. It's just lovely. Um,
Hmm.
it's just Linux is so great, and it performs so well when you use it anywhere on the Mac. I mean, Parallels is one place, but you could use VirtualBox back in the day, and it was great. And you could just allocate like 1 gig to it or 2 gigs to it,
Hmm.
and it would be perfect. It would, it's just great. And I use Parallels for debugging and demonstrating Ubuntu problems, or I mean, making sure that I understand how stuff is working. I do it all the time, and it's just lovely. Um,
Hmm.
it does add, I don't know if you're used to working with the Mac, then it does a little damage to your fingers and your finger memory. But so let's just do a make dir here called junk. Just do make dir junk and cd junk and do a ddev config dash dash auto. And now open an index.php and normal PHP header. That's it. And PHP info, semicolon, parens and semicolon. And that's
Okay.
all we need. Yeah. And now you can do a DDEV start and you can do a DDEV exec curl localhost. And we'll see if we have our trivial project working.
Is it just
That's it.
localhost or is there?
Yep,
Okay.
that's good enough. Yep, there it is. It's perfect. That's our PHP info that we want.
Yep.
So now you can open that junk project with your VS Code. And do a new.
Through the container or
No,
from the
no, no, no,
file?
no, no. We're using the simple documented technique. So
Okay.
normal technique. That's it. And now we'll put a breakpoint on that first line. And now
Okay.
we'll start our listener. Okay, and start our listener. I don't know why you have to do so many, you have to do multiple things to get the listener to start. And
Mm-hmm.
do that, just do the, just do that, try that curl again, just for fun, or you could use a web browser would work fine too. Yeah, it's
Oh,
perfect. Everything's working great.
it worked.
So now we have proved that VS Code is fine and DDEV is fine here. And
Mm-hmm.
so you can let it continue, and we now know that our networking situation is fine, that a simple project works fine, and the current version of DDEV works fine. So now you can let it go and then cancel this or whatever you want to do, and now we'll try it with the other project.
So Randy, let me ask a question. Since Brian restarted Ubuntu, I know before the restart you had him turn off the firewall. Does that
Right, and it
remain
stays.
off, or has that
It,
been reset to be on?
it doesn't reset on Ubuntu, but we can do a sudo UFW status, and we'll see.
Okay. So do you think
Yeah,
maybe
it does.
there were two issues? One of them was the firewall, and another one was just something wasn't updated, or there was some weird.
No, we haven't found any smoking gun except the firewall.
Okay.
That's the only thing that we actually understand
Hmm.
anything about. Um, Rebooting is always a strategy, right? But
Yeah.
now you're in dev containers where we don't want to be, right?
I'm gonna say
Okay.
let's try it with dev containers too later
Well, no,
on.
yeah,
Later on.
first, one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Okay.
But I'm glad you said that because we want to try dev containers as soon as we have this working.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So now start the listener again. Why do we have to do 2 clicks to start the listener? Okay. And I think you should be able to in your terminal window down there do the make sure that the Xdebug is on, DDEV Xdebug status or whatever. You can do it in that window down there if you want, but whatever.
Okay, I can do it here.
Yep. And so we need to turn it on. And so we're listening and we have turned it on, and now a DDEV exec curl localhost might work. And it doesn't. Now, how about that? So, how about that?
So could it be something in that launch.json?
Could be, but
So do a DDEV SSH right here where you are, and then do a PWD. Okay, never mind. Okay, no, it's there. RWD. All right,
yeah,
do exit and then do a PWD. All right, now go to your launch.json file. So in the, yeah, You know what to do. Up top in the VS Code directory. A little bit higher. It's just out of view in your window. There we go.
I wonder if there is something wrong with it.
var dub 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 h
So let's maybe there is something wrong with it. Look at the one in the other look at the one in the junk directory. Actually, we can copy the one in the junk directory and put it in here.
Okay.
Or maybe with the extension you don't even have to have it. Look at that, it's much simpler.
Well,
Um,
oh, you have two. Look at that.
oh, dearie me.
Get rid of 19. Yeah, so close your
That's the
terminal.
problem.
Get rid of
It's
19 through 24
that's the problem right there.
and the comma on 18.
Yeah, that's the problem.
All right, so
Yep.
let's try it again.
That one didn't have the 0.0.0.0 and didn't have the mappings.
It
So,
was overriding the first one, probably.
so now we'll stop X debug, press the square and press the triangle again and yeah. And do the curl again. You can do it right there. DDEV exec curl. You can just use your up arrow, I think. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Perfect.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So we had two problems that we understand now. The first problem was we had the firewall blocking it, and the
Hmm.
second problem was that we had a bogus VS Code configuration. Those are the
Right.
two that we understand. But in order to get there, we had to go through the path of finding our way to the lowest common denominator.
Right.
We used the lowest common denominator to get to our current stable version of DDEV and everything else. And we
Hmm.
did a reboot, and then we used a trivial project. And the thing that really did it for us was rolling it back to the trivial project. That was the real win right there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that exposed the issue for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So can
So,
we go ahead and hit the play button on this thing or stop either way? And just because now I'm super curious, open it up through the
oh
container.
yeah, do that. Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Remote Explorer, yeah. Wait, make sure is that the web one? Make sure you're opening the right one there.
Well, I thought it was.
Yeah, okay, it's the second one down. Yeah, that one, yep.
Yeah.
So just go to the Explorer. The Explorer will tell you if you're there yet. Yep, click on that. No, we're not there yet. So go back to the other tab. Yep.
The okay.
Yeah, and then open up the H2 the Drupal. Yeah, that one right there. Hit the arrow. Yep. And then connected to remote. All right, open folder. I don't know why it's making us do this, but that's all right. And then this is the var www HTML. No, we don't want local. No, cancel that. Open folder. Var slash www slash, just type it in. Yeah. Slash var www HTML. Yep, okay. Yep, okay. Okay again. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now make your way to your index.php, which, yep. There's a breakpoint, enable Xdebug should be enabled. You're not going to get there because you're inside the
Yeah,
container.
you
DDEV
can
commands
do
won't work
you
here.
can
So
do you can just do enable underscore X. Oh no,
right.
we made that work, Mike. So DDEV Xdebug on works here, I think.
Oh, does it? That's new.
I
All right.
think we made that work for lots of things for you. No, not that one though. But you can say Xdebug on. See? It says you might be able to do that. No, I bet you can't. Yep, you can.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we made several things work so that you could use this technique and use those inside the container.
Open up
Um,
that launch.json. What does that mean? Why is there squiggly there?
it's mad at you.
It's mad at me. Launch is right. Go to your extension panel on the left. The bottom one, yeah. And okay. So close down MCP servers recommended. Just get rid of all. Just hit the close that. Close MCP servers. Close the container DDEV, that one. All right. You need to PHP debug down near the bottom, install that in the container. All of our normal.
Okay.
Do the PHP doc blocker as well, the one we use in class. And then go back down near the bottom, IntelliFence, Sniffer and Beautifier, install those while we're here. Keep going. Is there any more below? Yep, those last two as well. Yep. Okay, so once the little progress bar up top stops, go up to the top of this list and reload window for PHP doc blocker because it always wants the window reloaded. Go back to the Xdebug panel now on the left. And listen, hit the listen. And make sure you still have your breakpoint on index.php. And
Okay.
load the page. All right, it doesn't work this way yet. That's so bizarre.
Um, well, I can check and see if it works. Well, I might be able to check and see if it works this way. Um, we
Let's
weren't.
do that same test that Randy had us do before. So go to the terminal and
Yeah, yeah,
tell
yeah.
that thing here. Yeah. Check
So no, but here you're not going to use host.docker.internal.
because we're inside
That
her. Yeah.
that's not what you want.
Right, right,
Here you're going to use localhost.
right,
So try telnet localhost 9003, I think.
right.
Yeah. So so you have to use this in this context, I think you have to change.
I know what you're gonna say, yeah.
I don't actually, DDEV's global config usually determines this. Oh, yeah.
Go to the
So we have
launch.json.
so we have to change what host.docker.internal is,
Right.
and we will do that with the global config.
The launch.json file. I think you can get rid of line 10, 11, and then 16, 15 and 16 have no meaning inside. Actually, don't get rid of it. Hit Control Z and just comment it out.
But you still don't have the port that we need. And
No, port 9003 is right here. I know it's crazy, but this is what works when
okay,
you can
okay,
take.
let's do it. Let's do
Although
it.
I want you to get that other line back that I had you delete and comment that one out as well, just so you don't lose everything. I want you just to comment that. Just keep hitting Control Z. It only goes back one.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's weird. All right, well here, let's put it in manually. Put your cursor at the end of line 10 and then hit return and just do host name : 0.0.0.
Oh, okay.
I just don't want you to lose that in
No,
case,
okay.
and then a comma. Does that need to be in quotes? I don't think so, right? All right, but comment
I
that
think
line out as well, because we're not going to, for connect to the container, we don't normally need that. All right,
Okay.
save, stop stop from listening, start listening again. And give it another try from the browser, I guess,
Just do the curl down there,
or the curl, yeah, either way.
or the website.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. See, you're trying to get to host.docker.internal and you want to get to localhost. So you're going to have to change the DDEV configuration to make that work.
But I don't have to anywhere else, though. I'm telling Randy, I mean, we have so many students using it this way where we don't have to. I'm going to open up a project right now.
You can see that it only connects if we say to connect to localhost on 9003. And I'm pretty surprised that you don't. I wonder if you have it configured to do that, Mike.
Here's the way I'm going to put this in Zoom. Like this is my recommended launch.json file.
Yeah, it's not the launch.json that's the problem. It's your global config. Can I see your global config?
Yeah, but I don't
Your
have anybody
DDEV.
ever change that for class. So
Can
I'll,
I
yep,
can I see your global config?
yep. Oh, you're talking me or Brian?
You.
Me.
You
Okay.
say it works. I want to see your global config.
Yeah. LSSA dot
So you can
tdev.
use VI or any technique you want.
Oh, I didn't LSSA.
Just the part before the comments. The thing that I'm looking for is
Yep.
thing that I'm looking for is xdebug IDE location. And that nobody ever has to change that. But in this situation, you probably have to.
Mine is empty string.
Oh, it is, huh? Okay.
Xdebug IDE location, empty string.
Well, I think if Brian put localhost or 127.0.0.1 there, it would
Uh,
probably work.
yeah, I mean, it could just be like not there, Brian. No, go to your command line, your outside command line.
Okay.
And then it requires a DDEV restart to get it.
Yeah. All right, so you're going to use, I think you use VI, so use VI, and then home directory tilde dot
You can,
DDEV
yeah.
slash global underscore config.
Okay.
I can give you the command line way to do it as well.
Oh, is there an easier way?
You
Oh,
can
yeah, you're right. Isn't like DDEV config dash dash global?
DDEV config global, DDEV config global.
Yeah, that's much easier. I do everything the hard way, apparently.
Dash dash.
Dash dash global. Yeah.
No. You were right. No, go back to the end. DDEV config global dash dash xdebug dash
Oh,
IDE dash location
I see what you're
equals,
getting. Okay.
and I think we want localhost there. I think localhost will do fine. You don't need any quotes, but hopefully quotes won't do
Okay.
any harm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All
that'll
right.
try that.
insert that
And
into.
then do a DDEV restart
Okay.
and oh, it must be an IP address. So 127.0.0.1. It has to be an IP address or container or WSL2. So let's just put 127.0.0.1. You
Oh,
can just up arrow
oops.
and
Yeah.
yeah, 127.0.0.1.
Okay.
And now it's set there. You can see it output it when you did it. I do a DDEV restart, and then what we'll do is we're going to go into the container again and see what host.docker.internal is. And it should be 127.0.0.1. And we should be able to telnet to it. And if we're listening, it should answer. I think we're listening right now, aren't we? We'll have to
Is
stop and start the listener probably, or whatever we have to do.
Okay.
So it doesn't work right now. And it doesn't have so your PHP extension didn't survive that. Maybe you have to reopen it. Doesn't it always survive for you, Mike? Your
Yeah.
installed extensions?
Not all the time, but wait, what is this? Configure debug type? Oh no, hit cancel on this one for now. It's just because you're restarting DDEV, I think.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it
And
done?
then,
Is it fully restarted?
Well, he's
yes,
in
I
the,
think so.
he's
Go
in
back to
there.
your extension panel on the left then, just check. Um, and close local installed, we want to look at the container one. Yeah, it's there. PHP debug is still there.
Okay. Okay, so it's good. So we can try starting it again and start listening again. And it doesn't know how to do it.
That's weird. So,
I I think
you know what we
probably
can do here?
closing this window and reopening it would be
Well, yeah, hit cancel and do the reload window thing. So Command Shift P and yep, developer reload window. Let's try that first. All right, now hit the debug button there. Oh, nope, the debug one, yep. And yep. Okay.
That's better. Okay, so it was the reload there. So now do do ping host.docker.internal just for fun. Did we did a restart? Yeah. And now it's localhost, which is good. Now if we do a telnet host.docker.internal 9003.
Telnet localhost.
So host.docker.internal
Docker.
space 9 internal with an N in there.
Okay.
And that should connect. And it does. So I think that your Xdebug will work now. So let's go and try that. Good job getting out of there. Hey, you are becoming a Telnet expert. Look at you drop out of there. And you
Okay.
could do a curl, you could probably do a curl localhost right where we are, given what your setup is. Ah, we didn't Xdebug on. So Xdebug on. And yeah, it works perfectly.
Okay. Good.
So I can't believe I just found this in my documentation. I have a note in Ubuntu Deb. I could have saved us some time, I think. In the Ubuntu Debian section, when host operating system is Linux-based, the following will need to be added to the project's ddev config.yaml file, followed by a ddev restart, and its xdebug IDE location container.
Yeah, I think container would work the same as what we did. Um, that's not correct though, because it's the global config where that lives. So you need
Okay,
to
I'll
update
change
that.
it to.
Yeah.
Well, it does. If you put it in the projects, it'll work for that project. It just won't work everywhere,
I don't
right?
think it's a legitimate project configuration.
Oh, okay.
It's a global configuration. So yeah, well, we made some progress against all odds.
Yeah, we did.
Um,
Good.
and so the things now we learned two things on the starter side. We had a firewall problem, and then we had a launch.json problem. And we found both of those by doing the simplest thing we could. And then we went in and did the Mike weird VS Code thing, and we found that uh, it was able to it was not connecting to the right thing is what we found. It wasn't connecting to the thing that we had,
Mhm.
or host.docker.internal wasn't pointing to the right thing. And and so when you use this technique, this is a very specialized technique. There's more than one way to uh, to end up with Mike's situation here. You can also end up in this situation by using other like the PHP Storm has a remote containers or a dev containers thing, and that can do the you end up with the exact same thing. You have to have it connect to where it's listening instead of um, normally the normally your IDE is listening on an interface on the host, and when you do it this way, it's listening inside the container because it actually runs a proxy inside there.
Mhm.
So,
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
okay. So that was yeah. So we ultimately found three things. In order to get
yeah,
it working in all situations, we found the firewall, we found the issue with the launch.json, and then we found the issue with the Xdebug IDE location.
yep, yep. So,
All right.
good job, everybody. I think it's time for bed for me.
Yes,
And
Randy, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you staying up late
betcha.
for
Thank
us.
you.
Great to see you. You're
Oh,
all
yeah.
invited anytime to the DDEV Discord. You get great support there, and you're welcome in the issue queue. So come by anytime.
All right. Thank you so much, Randy.
All righty, talk to you later.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, I don't know. I thought that was pretty fantastic. I learned a bit for sure. I always do when I'm hanging out with Randy. And I knew that he would, well, like I said, I had 92% or 94% was my percentage. So I'm glad we got you on the right set of X debug now, Brian.
Yep, that's good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Don't forget, if you have a need for professional Drupal training, be sure to check us out at DrupalEasy.com.